Hello, and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Argent Flame. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ, and I have the distinct pleasure of being joined by Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play the Gnome of Many Names. Right now I'm going by Boots. I'm the artificer of the team. I think I have a new nickname, though. The Workshopless.
God, so much shade. I get so much shade. We were just talking about right before we started streaming about it. Like, yeah, when you give me some time in a workshop, I'll come up with some stuff.
You gave me a gun, so I'm like...
Yes! For real.
Balances out.
Yeah, you can tinker on the road. And also Demetrius.
Hi, I'm Demetrius. I play the Paladin Eleazar, and I'm back.
Great. And Kevin.
I'm Kevin. I play Cole Vodison, the human bard, fucked up mind sorcerer. And if you want me to take the hut down, you need to have not tried to kill me in the last 24 hours.
I'm Kenton. I play Argus Firebeard, our dwarf cleric of the light. And I'm here. Your soul is what I'm here for.
Wait for me to introduce you. My goodness. I'm just kidding.
We got time for that. We gotta go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Noel.
I'm Noelle. Today I'll be playing Thresheni Ankmut, the Kenran blade dancing wizard of the group. And, I'm just keeping it cool, but I gotta go back to school and learn how to do that blade singing.
Yeah, that was wild. Okay.
And now it's time for our not suitable for work.
Okay, yeah, and here's the content warning. This is a rated R stream. Or TVMA.
I'm Cody, and I play our Bugbear Warlock. Log jamming. And after last night, there are some people who will try and tell you that my patron only gave me a short, long rest. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, all right? My patron gifted me with a girthy rest.
I don't know what to do.
A girthy short rest, right?
It still gets the job done. It gets the job done.
I really thought you were going to be good there for a second after our not suitable for work warning, and then you proved me wrong, bud.
I think you have a new nickname. It's called the Chode. Oh no!
Poor Log.
Log's gonna have a custom spec called just the Girthy Chode. All right. Okay. So now that we've got that out of the fucking way, you guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's get into a recap. I'm gonna go a little auctioneer with this, but we're gonna get there. And yes. Okay. So here we go. Let me set up the music. So, as the shade ponders pensively in a place hidden in a way, the Argent Flame catches their breath after an unexpected harrowing encounter with the Dorkennen Rye. Taking in the scene, Pinjak's dark elf mentor lies dead. The entire faction cell murdered bloody, and Sasha's body lies lifeless but intact, still linked to Argus by odd blood magic. The contingency amulet is analyzed, revealing some sort of triggered teleportation mechanism. Back at a secret inner sanctum, the Shade entreaties a group of commanding individuals for aid, and it is granted in the form of the Shadow and Tiffany, but with a caveat of a bloodless potion. Shade and Tiffany share an intimate evening after the former dispatches a terrified bard with a well-thrown dagger, satisfying the bloodlust. Retrieval of Sasha's body is of the utmost importance and must be dealt with quickly, and so the three depart after said rest. Within the late faction's hideout, Argus capitalizes on his blood link he finds himself inextricably tethered to, and extracts the soul from Sasha's body, depositing it into his Soulforge hammer. The party decide to leave the body of the fallen Dorkennen Rye as is, including returning the contingency amulet. The gang then depart to do some last-minute shopping and gathering of goods before reconvening back at the Firebeard home, where the family is told to flee and go to ground. Regrettably, they comply, leaving the prodigal son with no hint as to where they will go or how to find them. The forge doused with no ceremony. Arriving at the Down and Dirty after departing the family home, the Argent Flame find a caravan hauling saltpeter to Thulmore Bed, leaving tomorrow afternoon, and enter in a contract of protection with the travelers, its completion dependent upon the arrival at the intersection for Steercrag. The party had then head to the Sky District of Minheim in search of a place to camp. Cole and the group come upon a troop of Boudke, a people whose nomadic trooper culture predates the contemporary bard, and much more. After an odd and generous welcoming ritual headed by Melody, the gang and the traveling performers share stories of exploits and lore. The party is regaled with a tale of love, loss, return, grief, madness, strife, hate, and vengeful reckoning. In this sorrowful tale, a paladin of elements in ancient past once rallied the souls of the restless to bring low and annihilate an army of the living, if for nothing than of pure spite. The gang then bed down to rest in tents and the dome for the evening, attempting to get some much-needed rest before the onset of a long trek tomorrow. Meanwhile, the band of Dorken and Rye retrace their steps within the Minheim faction hideout, and Tiffany is sent to return Sasha's body to the sanctum, although she encounters difficulties along the way, severely delaying her return. In the meantime, Shade and Shadow track the soul of their sister to the Sky District, where the former mollifies the latter and silently sneaks into the tent of the red-bearded dwarf and bicolored Kenner. In a tense, impromptu, and private meeting with the rudely awakened Trisheni, a dagger to her throat, the Shade attempts civil discourse and requests the return of Sasha's soul, stating that she could have killed the entire party in their sleep, and with Trisheni's spellbook in chilling danger, the Shade and then the roused Argus strike a tenuous deal, and the soul is released in a flash of light and sound, alerting others and wreathing some allies in an armor of white hot. Doubts are seeded and allegiances are questioned as the tension swells to a breaking point during the handoff of the Lolth-like idol. The shadow bamps across the field, her scythe appearing within Zemdak's ribs, and flighted combat begins. The Argent Flame does their best to defend themselves from the warping threat, but in their exhausted state, the feat proves difficult. The Dorken and Rye show how terrifying a threat they truly are as the two of their members become at odds with each other. As the chasm of dispute on how to deal with the situation widens, the Shade resolves to remove the shadow from the equation, tearing the latter asunder, her body teleporting to the hidden sanctum via the contingency amulet minus her right leg. In a bout of partial self-preservation, the Shade convinces the party to teleport away with her and are spirited to a far-flung prison of sorts. Upon arrival, the gang hears a familiar voice speak behind leaden bars.
Well, look who decided to show up. It's about time.
And welcome back to CrestVahllen. Yeah. All right. Nice. We did it, guys.
We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and honestly,
I've turned into a little hoarder.
Is this yours?
we need
It's
to
just sort of party.
I mean,
Okay.
party that needs
it
to
does,
Okay, I
it
think
does
we need
occasionally
some
come in
tension here.
handy to hold people who have, died or are dead.
Yeah,
We got a certain.
I'm still carrying that body
You
around.
still carrying the body
Yes.
around?
It's
Yeah,
also
but
how
now
we
with
got
the bargaining
a
chip.
certain large dragonborn person back to town.
Yeah, we did carry you in it for a while.
Hey, as long as you carried me, it
It
doesn't
was
matter
going to
how
be the
you...
only way we could carry you on it.
No.
We're-
All right.
I already failed carrying the bugbear and the dwarf, man. I knew I wasn't going to get you.
So, let me paint a picture for you guys. You guys just tear out of the fabric of space. This is a similar feeling for you. It's odd because it feels clean. It feels like crisp and clean and you rather than being dragged through several dimensions on your way to your destination, you feel like it's pop, and you just feel like the tear in space just you walk through and just like a doorway or a portal, you end on the other side, and all of you guys are reconstituted in this dank, dark stone. And you look around a little bit. Those who have dark vision can see. Those who do not, it's completely dark, except for a small candle that is in your cell that has been burnt and alight ever since you got here. It appears to be some sort of ever-burning candle. The wax does not pour from it, and all you guys can see is the silhouette of this form. Through these rusted bars around you are your companions, the somewhat not panicked but just tense and anxious filled Dorken and Ryan named the Shade that brought you here, your brother Pinjack, and a familiar silhouette and a familiar voice that comes from the silhouette.
Who is that? And then I'm I take the lantern out so we can fucking see.
Fuck you. Eleazar! All right, dude, we gotta get out of here.
Jailbreak. Finally.
Wait, we did that one already.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone can open these bars? Oh, right, the Shade. Hi, Shade.
Shade?
Yes, so listen, the only reason why I brought you here is to save my own skin. So now that we're here, and you're not there anymore, and Tiffany hasn't spotted you, you will keep your mouth shut. None of that happened. Now go away.
We need him.
Absolutely not. Go away.
Yeah, that's not.
Where are we?
I'm not. You just need to go away. We're not talking about this at all.
Oh,
You need to go away.
What?
You cannot be here.
We
The only reason why you're here is because nobody else is
him
here.
out.
Somebody put him there for a reason. That's not my department.
We won't leave without him.
We'll keep our mouths shut if we can take him with us.
Roll persuasion check.
Why do I speak? Why do I speak?
Hold on, can I help before that?
What is it you were saying?
I will show her the song I've been writing and say, I will burn this. It's the one,
Why would I
it's
care?
the one about Caradim, and the Enclave was included in it now.
I think there's a bit of a miscommunication as to my job when it comes to these things. I do whatever the
He will leave.
conclave tells me to do. I have no leanings about whether they are found out. That's not my business.
He will
I do what they
leave
tell
this
me to do.
incident with the Duquesne and Rye out of his song.
That I can do.
17%.
I haven't even written you in yet. I will just keep you out.
Or he can change the story.
I could have just killed you all right now and then take the story myself.
You think this is the only story?
You make this so difficult. You
17.
need to go away. You can't be here. You can't be seen here. I don't know the next time someone's going to show up here. And if things go awry, I can't be seen with you.
Can you
The only
send
reason
us
why I
back?
brought you here is because all of this has gone to shit. You understand? Everything has gone to shit. The Shadow is a piece of shit. I never really liked her. She's kind of a bitch. I didn't really like her. She's very much of a she all she wants to do is kill people. She finds killing people.
That seems like all you've done since we met, all of you.
Yes, well, I mean, we're trained at a very young age to do these things. You know,
Yeah, but she was cool. She was
listen, I'm having my own little internal struggle right now, and you are stressed that I don't need.
And
So go away.
And so, seeing what's going on,
Yeah.
Eleazar will come to the bars and go, please, I need to be back with my family. Help me out of here. And we will go. Please.
I just start picking the lock on his jail cell.
Okay. Roll a persuasion check for me. Oh, she absolutely just takes her scythe and full on breaks your lock picking tools. You're not listening. You underestimate your position of leverage in this situation.
19.
19. So here's what happens. That was like an instinctive muscle memory reaction to she just full on breaks your lockpicking tools, and then that you feel like the piece of a lockpick kind of clatter against your scaly skin as you pull up, and she's now close to the bars because she did that movement, and she's not facing you, but you can see her head over her shoulder. She has blindfolded hair covering most of her face except for her nose and her mouth. Tall 7-foot woman, clad in beautiful blue and gold trimmed armor, with this massive scythe, two-handed scythe that has teeth on it, and it looks like it has an eye that kind of moves within its the conjecture point, and she takes for a moment, and you can just sense that she stops breathing for just a little moment, because she went into full fight mode, just right there. She looks at you for a second and says, you don't know what you're dealing with. And then she looks over her shoulder at you
What are we as warriors if we can't even fight and defend our friends and our family? Please let me out of here.
roll another persuasion check.
16.
16. No shit, I rolled a 16. She looks at you. Roll an insight check for me. You can as well. Whoever's trained in insight can roll an insight check.
Mending. I'm putting my lockpick.
Okay, that takes 10 minutes. Right?
1 minute.
1 minute? Okay, yeah.
I rolled a 9.
9.
16.
16.
9.
9.
9 plus.
Okay, the rest of you are like, she just, it's almost as if she becomes a statue for a moment. Like her training of being like still and being stealthy just kind of like goes on autopilot, and she just like, and there's like a weird moment where you look at her and we're like, oh shit, she just turned into a statue and teleport somewhere else? Is that not her? But you recognize, you've had this feeling before. This is the kind of reaction you had when you realized the actions that you took to defend your family put your family in danger when you were a child, and you like froze, and you had a moment of like, what have I done? Or like this internal strife. You sense very strong, severe internal strife going on in her mind right now. If she had eyes that weren't covered by blindfolds, there may be tears. After a very long moment where all of you are like still and quiet, except for the small, subtle sounds of tinkering that Gizmo's doing with his lock-picking tools, you hear, "You misunderstand. If the person who put them in there doesn't release them, you could set off security functions. This place is a maze on purpose so that if anybody were to infiltrate, and I don't believe anybody has, or if they have, they were never heard from again, they would never be able to find their way out. And that its denizens itself would come to defend it. So, don't mess with the locks.
Well, how are we supposed to get out then, if that's the situation?
This place was specifically constructed so that only those who know about it and know this area would teleport in and teleport out. If there is a mundane way walking to get out, I don't know it. And I'm not supposed to.
So
And I think that's the whole point of these.
you're taking us back with you then, yes?
I'm spent. I do not have the ability to teleport you around willy-nilly.
So
There
you
is
can't
a
get out either.
teleportation circle here. Do you have the capability of teleporting yourselves?
No.
Not yet. I'm
Only,
working
like,
on it.
short distance.
And I would say this. The person who put him in there already has my family. I'm not leaving another member of my family here.
The same
If you-
people that give you your orders gave us orders. And you bringing us here has taken us further away from those goals.
Your goals, unfortunately, are not my concern. What is my concern is that if you set off the alarm here, we are all in grave danger. I won't stop you, but if I were ever probed for a reason, I can't help you. What I can tell you is that these prison cells are locked by extreme arcane magical means, as well as mechanical means. So if you attempt to do so, you must be extremely careful. I can't get you out. I can. You hear a voice from across the way in another cage, another candle, and a silhouette of some stout individual leaned over. I can get you out of here. Leave me out. I have the means to get you out of here. Just sold me the teleportation circle.
Who are you?
Who I am is not of much consequence to you, as being as a person who wants to break out of a jail cell. Consider me just a concerned individual.
Can we call you then?
Oh, what can you call me?
Hmm.
You can call me your best friend. You let me out. But if you're looking for a name, you can call me Ermgrim.
Hermgrim?
Ermgrim. Ermgrim.
ERMGI.
Grim. Ermgrim.
So, Grim, if I,
Shitty motherfucker.
you're saying if I unlock your cell, you can help us get out of here. Can you handle the magical lock that she's talking about? I can handle the mechanical lock.
You see him prestidigitate a small symbol of like like little blue, like when you do light art with long exposure cameras, and it looks like you created things out of light. He does that, but with like a picture of a lock and like a key going in, and then it goes into dust. Look, I imagine I can probably handle something myself, but within these walls, the power is limited.
That's cool.
But you can cast in there.
Cole does the same thing with his prestidigitation. Goes, I can do that too. That doesn't mean you can get through a lock.
Oh, aye, that's the problem. You see, if I stand in the center of this cell, I can do little tricks like this, but it is mostly nullified. I am limited. And then he takes a step towards the bars, and the thing fades and fizzles. There's a reason. Keep us here. These things are meant to contain extremely powers.
You're telling us. Eliezer, go stand in the center of your spell and see if you can cast a spell.
You've tried this numerous times. The most you can get off
Spell?
you don't have access to cantrips, so you have not been able to do that.
So I let him
Because if
know.
I could find where you could get a spell in and out, we might be able to pop you out.
The bars and the walls that create the prison, you're understanding from his explanation, exude a type of like anti-magic. But also are magically enchanted themselves to be like arcane lock, like a version of arcane lock throughout. So they rebuff and do anti-magic while also being magically locked themselves. And of course, the farther away you get from them, the weaker that is. So in like the center of a cell, you might, if you're powerful enough, get off like a weak cantrip. But as soon as it gets closer, it's gone. Like this guy, you're like looking at a cellmate who's been here for a while and has like found a little tips and tricks, but not enough tips and tricks to actually help him like get out.
You sound like that hidden wall we found in the tomb.
Oh, now that you're all looking at this guy, and he's like kind of like brushes his hair out of his face. This is the Durgar. This is a pale-faced, white-bearded, like almost all of it. He looks like almost like pure light gray all over. It's hard to tell where his clothes begin and his skin ends and his clothes begins, just because of how everything is pale and white. He has this white eyes. He for a moment looks at you, speaks in Undercommon. Do you understand Undercommon? Nope. Then he speaks in Dwarvish. He speaks in Undercommon, looks at you, don't understand. Speaks in Dwarvish. You're like, what clan are you part of?
Firebeard.
Never heard of it.
Wouldn't think you would. That's how I like it.
Trishani, did you ever learn a spell to open magic locks?
I haven't been able to.
You have the scroll.
I have the scroll. I haven't been able to study. I need like 5 days in a library, guys. That's what really needs to happen. But I can.
If you would let us stay in one place for long.
But I could
I don't
start
think it would work
casting.
on that.
No, so if it is an arcane lock, which is what I know how to do, that's what I did on the lead box.
A lot of good that did.
You need like knock.
There's a spell that can suppress it.
What
I have that,
But
but
from
I don't have it.
what I've heard about those spells, they create a sound when you unlock it.
You can always cast
Who
silence.
cares down here?
Yeah.
And you cast silence.
There's no
there's a
guards.
lock that would then
No,
stop it.
besides the things that will eat us, according to Shade.
There is one.
I mean,
There actually is one attendant, as it were. Darren. He's also has his eyes plucked out. Just wears a cloak, butts around. He's kind of like the janitor and makes sure everybody who needs food gets fed. He kind of lives here. He's not allowed to leave. He's actually not that bad of a guy.
If we let you out, will you actually help us escape? Trying to judge if he will actually be true to his word.
Okay. Well, that's what I offered, didn't I?
Can we insight him?
That's what I was going for there. Sorry.
You can insight that. Yeah, go ahead.
All the ones I checked beforehand are fucking sucking right now. 11.
He did indeed offer that.
Yeah.
He's telling the truth. He did indeed offer that.
We're kind of out of spells.
Argus, what was your insight check?
10.
Yeah. Okay.
I rolled a 3.
So with Eleazar being an urban bounty hunter, he's paying attention to all this conversation, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And as they continue to talk to him, I try to get a feel for him, because in order to be a good bounty hunter, you need to get a good feel for people.
Sure.
So he wants to see if he can get a sense of the guy.
You want to roll an insight check as well?
I absolutely will.
Yeah.
Although I don't have any.
It's all right.
Oh,
Should
no,
have wisdom.
I do.
Yeah. Oh!
For the natural 20.
That 20 plus 3.
Plus my 3.
So 23.
So 23.
Wow. Okay, so here's the deal. He's telling the truth. He indeed offered that. There is that statement is replete with information that he's not disclosing. It's thick with information that he's not disclosing. You also get the sense by his demeanor, you've dealt with like haughty-taughty people that have been like, would you go take care of those goblins in the field? They're really bothering my great vineyards. Like that kind of thing. You can tell by the way he walks and he carries himself and how he appears to be a person of status, the way he's talking and the way he's being like, if you don't know anything about Durgar politics,
Right.
but you would assume like someone in a high tier ranking, maybe like royalty or something like that. This person is of status just because, and their like drab linens don't betray the fact that their demeanor is top notch.
And there's a reason why he's here, so that's interesting.
Right, and you have become familiar with the way the conclave works, about the domino effects and keeping things in places and making sure dig happens. If you were to gander a guess with the natural 20, this person has been put here and is of means, probably politically, and has been put here because of that. Whether that be for leverage or for another reason.
If we let you go, will you disrupt the conclave and let us out with you?
But by conclave, you mean those bastards that put me in here? I'll do my utmost to fuck them over every chance I get.
I think he's telling the truth.
Cool. I'll go over to his cage. Start.
We can't just pick a lock.
Hold up. He didn't answer about getting us out either.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he said he.
No, he offered.
I said I can help you with the teleportation circle.
He said he could get us out of here.
But where can you teleport
Where?
us to?
Not.
Where do you want to go?
Where do you know?
I feel like we could go back and forth asking these questions either way.
We really need to get back to
about me,
Minheim.
it's about you. Why don't you help me?
We really need to get back to Minheim, if you can do that.
I can get you there.
Unless you want to take us straight to Steercraig.
But then we'd lose out on
I
the
can get you there too.
If we don't meet up with the caravan this morning, we're going to be charged with dereliction.
The arcane
You mean
conundrum will be
arcane
charged.
conundrums?
And now we're back to the Argent Flame because now we got
Yeah,
right.
we don't have to be the arcane.
They have our
anymore.
names. They have your names. They don't have my name, but they have your names.
Why would I hide my name? The great bard Cole Votus.
You will become wanted for your debts
Cool books.
Within-
That's a nice name.
within Triumvirate lands.
Oh gosh.
Pretty sure this in there is John's.
Yeah, I think you are.
I think you and I are safe. I think these four You three and Sofka.
A fun reputation.
Your names are now.
You kind of have to.
More wanted in other cities, so you know.
Next to
was
burn
positive.
hands.
I think it would be better for everyone if we pretended this never happened. If we all of a sudden just show up in Steercrag, it could cause questions.
Agreed. And could be how did we get here in from?
So I'm going to let him out.
But perhaps we need to look first to see where if there's arcane stuff going on. As
Maybe we can find a lock, a key somewhere instead of setting off some alarms.
yeah.
Let him out.
I'm with Eleazar.
You're like,
Will you help us get our friend out too?
if I could help people get out of this stage, do you think I'd still be in here?
Yes, because you have to get out. You haven't. Have you had someone come in and offer to try to get you out so you could help someone else get out and get out of here?
What do you think?
Exactly. This is what I'm offering you.
Of course, extra.
Okay, you can stay here.
We can
Let's
leave you
go.
here.
So can you?
How often does the janitor jailer guy come by?
How
How
about
frequently?
this?
Does he have keys that we can
Oh,
take?
Darren, you don't need to worry about him. He's blind. Also, he doesn't really care.
What would
Does he have keys on him that we can use?
No.
jump.
He's only responsible for feeding the prisoners that need to be fed and cleaning up shit, and that's about it.
What would happen if we released all of the prisoners as we tried to escape?
That's my
Death, horrible, horrible death.
Whose death?
ours.
Everything that here's the deal. It would end up being a battle royale of extremely powerful monsters and people, and unable to escape and leave. So they would just kill each other until there was no one left.
Yeah, it would be too much of a signal to the conclave, probably.
I was hoping for massive
I could
chaos to help, but I guess not.
So that's the question. If I take care of the mechanical lock, can you handle the magic?
It'll cost extra.
I'm getting you out of your cage.
Mm-hmm.
You're charging us to disarm your own alarm?
Oh no, I can't do anything from within here on my own walk. You think I'd still be here if I could? Maybe I can do something on a walk from outside where I'm not being constantly inundated with these anti-magic particles.
Can you check the walls, Subnak, and just see what's going on with them?
I could sleep. I could repair something that we could get out.
Yeah,
early.
remember? She stole all my spells?
No,
I got no spells.
You need to go away. You
I
cannot stay here.
understand.
You cannot
that
sleep
wasn't
here.
a statement that was going to happen.
We can't just get out.
Right.
You brought us to a place that is inescapable.
And we can't leave without somebody else.
Can you disable magic?
She pulls out.
The sooner we can leave with these people, the sooner we're out of your hair.
And honestly, we just want this one.
She
You can have him. He's kind of annoying, actually.
she detaches a couple pieces of her armor and like puts it on hooks that have it on her belt and everything, and she takes off her bracers and like her bicep plates and like a pauldron and puts them on hooks on her belt, and she rolls her chainmail up and or whatever armor, like, and you see her just tattoos of arcane inscription all around her body. Like looks like they've been like scarred into her body and then put on ink over them, and like layers and layers and layers where there's no full complexion anymore. And she like reads, and she takes a moment to look through it as she like goes over her spells. I would need to rest in order to do that. I do not have the capability to stay. However, I see. Oh, here. I can use the teleportation circle once, but if I don't use it today on myself to get me back to where I need to be, we're all in trouble. And I can't take you there.
Could you just leave a scroll for us and give you the paper if...
You want me to flay my skin?
No. Just, you know how you can copy things down, right? I mean,
That would take hours, and you need to go away.
I know, we're trying. We can't go away.
That
'cause we
would
don't
take
know
me
where
at the
to-
very least 6 to 7 hours.
Oh, what about the teleportation magic for copying? What? Not
The teleportation circle.
The teleportation circle.
Yes,
yeah.
That'd take-
6 to 7 hours. It's a 5th level spell. It'll take, what,
Just-
5 hours, 6 hours?
I'm double checking the. But
I'm not giving you spells. Like what what is happening? No, I'm not giving you spells.
We all need to get out
You
of here.
poser. I'm not giving you spells.
So,
We all
You're
need to get
here because it's in the best interest of me. And I'm acting in the best interest of me.
of course.
You want this? You figure it out. I am 3 seconds from walking away and going to do my own thing. Whatever happens here, happens, and I have nothing to do with it.
so my magic is disabled inside this. That's what you're telling me.
Yes, so long story short,
For my spells, I'm sorry.
the bars and the walls that create the cells are made of you're not sure because you don't know too much about
Right.
like sciencey stuff.
Right.
Exude an anti-magic field, but also are inherently magic in the way that they are like fortified. So these cells are specifically made to contain very powerful creatures and possibly very magical creatures, whether they be humanoids or monsters or whatever. This is a prison made by very, very powerful people, so they know what they're doing. Yes, you have tried to cast spells within it before, and
Like Misty Step, none of that worked.
they just fizzle. Nothing happens.
Okay. Okay.
How does Pernua get you out?
Pernua is usually accompanied by Emrys when she gets you out.
Okay.
Have
Did I tell you that?
either of you
So I have a question.
either of you heard the word spoken when they open your lock?
There's not a word spoken. There's a somatic component, and then they put their hand on the lock.
And I wouldn't have paid attention to that.
You could have, but you all roll an insight check, and an intelligence check. Roll both.
Insight and intelligence. Okay, so my insight.
Look at Ermgrim.
Is
Did
it
you notice
15?
your password?
My intelligence.
It's been a few years.
You noticed it, but you don't
But
remember.
I
I have a question for you.
let me get his insight and
Yeah.
intelligence check.
Insight was 15. Intelligence was only 7.
7. You.
Yeah.
It's like trying to decipher Naruto hand signs. Like while they're
Or
doing,
like
you're like,
ASL.
you did this at one point, but I don't know what the rest
Right.
were.
Right.
The insight you got was Amorous himself has been the only one that has ever opened yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Assassin, I have a question for you. If you can't take
you
us
can just
out
call
of
me
here,
Shade. It's fine.
fine, Shade.
But do not send me. I don't want to hear from you.
If you can't take us with you out of here, and you can't have us here, what are we supposed to do? Because they're gonna find us here if we can't leave.
Shit.
What was your
Yeah.
plan?
I didn't have a plan. I was panicking. I was acting in the moment. Shit.
Do you? I mean, if you want,
Well,
there
well,
is an option here. If you can help us get him out,
I can't. I don't have.
I mean, we can. If you would like, what we can always do is sit here and make it so that way you have to teleport away because we've done too much pain to you or whatever it is.
Yes, you could do that.
But
That would take me back to the sanctum. Yes.
we can't leave without him. We won't be doing that without him.
I thought I made it clear this is none of my business. If you break him out, that's on you. I cannot help you. If I were to ever be part of an inquisition, I need to have plausible deniability. I need to
Unfortunately,
cover my own ass.
We can't injure you either.
Oh, that's fine. I can injure myself.
What little spell do you need to be able to do the thing to help us?
Oh, it's not a circle of incantation of a certain level. Unfortunately, it's something that I have not prepared today.
No arcane then.
Is there?
She has 5th level spell slots. She can cast teleportation circle on herself to get her out of here. if she
Is
wants.
there
I can't
somewhere
take you with her.
that you
Has she-
could hide us for a day, so that way Darren would know that we're here?
You want me to teleport you somewhere again?
Well, if that's how we get out of here, yeah. But
So, being in the cell, is there anything?
You got yourself into shape.
Being in the cell, is there anything that I've seen that I've noticed? You said the walls and the bars. What about the ground? What about
The ground
The
appears
floor.
to be just worked stone. Doesn't appear to be anything magic about it. The like the kind of like staticky like you know that sound when there's a TV on in the house, or at least those old like cathode ray box tube. There's a TV on the house and you can sense it on, but there's nothing on the screen. And you just hear that like
yeah?
it's kind of like that sound. The closer you get to the bar, it's kind of like this whistling, like high pitch, just like static. It's kind of like that feeling when you get close to the bars, that anti-magic field, and then when you get closer to the center, it kind of dies down more. The ground itself, however, just appears to be mundane ground.
Stones.
Just stone.
We have pickaxes.
well, if we can get some rest, we could potentially do a big prison break that way too.
We don't have time for that.
Have you been
Right.
able to study up today? Take an hour to yourself, kind of reimagine things.
Hmm.
Because if you did that, you could send us.
I'm gonna
there,
try.
Study for
You
a
do
bit.
that too.
I do. It's pretty nice, right?
You didn't notice you guys were kind of the same?
So
Honestly, my first impression is look at this fucking poster.
I picked it up from a sword. What can you it's only so much memory that the sword can give you, right? But maybe I'm
You
wrong.
got a memory from a sword? What sword? Okay.
No, it's a cool sword. Told me
Cool
things.
sword.
But
Well, they're distracting her. I'm going to try and get Ermgrim out.
Okay. Are you attempting to go into the lock with your tinkering tools?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to roll wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Not good.
As Shade is like, no. As she tries to she's you because you walk a little ways away because he's catty corner to where you are. The cell is
15.
15. Okay. Okay. So you put your lockpicks in there and you begin to try to mess with the tumblers.
That wasn't my
You said
picking check. That was my wisdom save.
yeah, but as I'm saying, you started doing the thing and then you made a wisdom save because it's reacting to you trying to pick it.
Oh.
It's magic.
It's magic.
That's
These
not
things
how
are
arcane
magically
lock works.
warded.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was
No.
you were intending to do?
Nothing. That was what I was intending to do.
Okay, so
was
yeah,
open the
so
lock.
this thing is magically warded. So
Okay.
you roll because it reacted to you trying to pick it.
Okay.
So you have 15. You see Zemdak just and just freeze. And as you feel like a jolt of something enter your not enter your body, but just course through your body, and you are stunned for 1 minute.
So I've got a question.
Drop tick on his face.
So with my aura of protection, it gives +2 bonus to all saving throws. Is that nullified?
If it's magic,
Yes,
I have
it is
advantage on it.
Yes,
So that's actually a 18.
18. Okay, that still does not pass.
What about the +2?
And
for
then
the
I
aura
go
of
and draw and take on it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, and I don't know if this even applies, but aura of protection.
Symmetrical.
He's not within 10 feet of you. He's across the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Now that-
across the hall in Catty.
So now that we've officially ruled that Zemdak is, not out of it. Yeah.
Shade kind of like walks up with you and be like, I told you not to mess with it. You don't know what you're doing. Don't you understand? If you're going to do... I can't.
Prestidigitation, dick on his face.
If you do teleportation circle, you can be here. You're not
Magic is the
supposed to-
outer layer. Mechanical is on the inside. But of course, if you're not the person who put them in there, you're going to have a tough time.
Of course.
Unless you can become the person that...
Log?
But that's
But
That's
the
just
orc one
an
or the other one?
That's just an illusion.
that's illusion. That's not becoming the person.
Can you send to
You
Emrys?
haven't prepared polymorph yet.
Nope. Well, I don't have it.
You have a scroll of it.
Burn your scroll.
No. I don't want you to burn this scroll.
Okay.
It's any kind of charming
As
magic.
much as I don't want to do this, because it might endanger my
No. This is
should
just
you
like
reach out
a
to
stun.
Emrys?
This is just a... Yes.
He won't let us get Eliezer out.
I'll let... Yes. Remind me.
He
but
might
no,
get us out of here, but he wouldn't let Eliezer out.
I mean, he might
This
if
was
he knows
like...
that we're here.
This was a warning. This was a very, very, very mild warning. Like, of like... Oh, hey, maybe you got the wrong cell. You get a minute to think about it.
Hey, Semdak.
You said you might be able to do your password. Now would be the time to try.
You're talking to me?
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like I didn't hear before. I can't really do anything from this side of the cell. I can teach you how to do the thing.
Yeah.
But again, like, it wasn't a whole lot that I remember. It's a couple of years ago. But
Maybe,
right.
I mean, can you potentially try and show me? Maybe I can pick up on it.
Darn
I
it.
think that's the only way we're getting you out of here.
Alright.
Oh, you can do it. You're one of the smartest people we have. You can unlock this lock, no problem.
The mechanicals aren't the problem, it's the magic. I can't get past.
I know.
Okay,
Don't argue with me. I'm inspiring you.
It's an enhance ability.
that's fine.
You can enhance ability. No, you're lost all your spells because
Yeah.
freaking.
Shade
Oh
to-
yeah, we are totally fucked unless we can get somewhere. So if we do this,
Yeah,
we gotta
so
be ready
She
to
like
run.
grabs her side. She's like, yes, he's a hungry boy.
Armgrim, try to teach me.
Okay. He's gonna roll a performance check. That's cocked. He's like, I think it was one of these, and then maybe it was. I mean, maybe if I something with like these two fingers.
Well, I guess you're staying here. It was nice meeting you.
Look, I ain't like. You said that you were the one that needed to get out of here, and I have a service. If you can get me out, I'll look.
Shit. What if I can get him out real quick? You do teleportation circle for us to go. You wait an hour. You do your thing. I can make a nice, comfortable lounge for you. You will be out of sight. And then you get to take yourself home.
They're gonna have to serve that massages you while you wait.
You can even, if you go disappear for that hour in her hiding place, you can even report back that you teleported in there and discovered the missing people.
Don't believe I can prepare a new spell with just a short rest.
No, I thought you. I thought you
you
had
have
that
a spell
teleportation.
I have a teleportation circle, but
Prepare.
once I go,
No, but you don't
Can't
have to.
come
You
back.
don't have to. You don't have to go through it. You can just draw it.
you want
and we
me
can
to
go.
send you.
Away.
That way, there's no loose ends. Loose ends. There, and then you can get your magic back.
And then, like I said, you can go back and report that you teleported here during the battle, discovered the breakout.
All right.
It's an idea. I mean, just trying to.
This
be
has been like the only like possible way for everyone to get like into a copacetic, like on a copacetic track, without you infringing upon each other's agency. So I need a group persuasion check here. We're going to need 4 successes in order for this to work.
Me.
Higher than 10, higher than 10, higher than 10. Fuck!
Okay.
You got
You have
rolled better than I
inspiration,
did.
just in case.
It's a D8 right now.
Yes, it is.
All right, what'd you get, Zemdak?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. What did you say? To try to help or you just look at her like
The big,
You just
big
look at her-
eye.
I've said plenty already today.
yeah, he just like Pinjack is just like there like
Okay, Jared.
what'd you get?
15.
What did you say?
Just whatever you can do to help. Please, I need to get out of here.
Warrior to warrior.
Warrior to warrior, of course.
15. I said what I said already.
You get
I got a 9.
9.
I said,
You said, yeah.
Emrys.
What'd you say?
Don't make me call Emrys.
Don't keep calling him as you do a snot.
15.
15. God, 3 15s.
9.
Nine.
My skill set.
Okay.
What about Sofka?
Sokka, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What's her persuasion modifier?
Checking right now.
1.
Yep.
Another 15.
Wild.
She says, she looks at the shade with rage in her eyes, and she says, "You'll be the last one I come after."
Ooh.
Shay just laughs at her.
I'm gonna do Pinjack too.
Actually, she has done a decent amount of damage to Shade over time. Yeah.
Pinjack walks up the shade, and just puts his hand on her hip because it's the highest thing he can reach, and he's like, "Ma'am, I didn't sign up for this, and I'm getting the sense that neither do you. Just help us get out of here, and we won't bug you ever again. We'll never even know that we ever existed. At the worst, something fell off the truck." You got a 17.
Literally got where we wanted to go. So.
All right. So you got 20 something?
30 20.
Dirty 20. So there appears to be a soft spot in this
For the little people.
this half-elven individual for cute, sweet little people.
I'm not either of those.
No. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. So guys, the DC was 17. So Ermgrim has to go as well. Because there's still a chance, because there's just so many fucking 15s.
Is Twig still around?
It's Twig can't persuade. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean,
You can do like
he is right. Yeah, he can do a little performance.
Oh, we can help you. He can give you advantage.
Okay.
Go, Log, go! Go, Log, go!
looking.
Hey, so that's a
You guys
19.
are familiar.
19?
Yeah,
Okay,
19.
that's 3 successes.
Yeah, we've.
Pinjack, Zemdak, and I'm rolled for Ermgrim.
Oh, we're gonna say something very smart. I can't inspire because I'm fucking out of inspirations, but
You know what they say about ships at sea is a rising tide raises them all. And he looks at her, he's like, "This could be your chance. Maybe some past that you're trying to reconcile with." She's like, okay, all right, that's enough. Fine. I will take a short nap. I will send you home. But getting these two out is up to you. And Ermgrim goes like, "Oh, there you have it. Getting the two of us out is up to you."
We only need one, right?
Well, now hold on. Now I just helped you out, didn't I? You don't consider me a part of the package deal.
We only need one, right?
correct, Log. We only need one. I need to take a little rest too, but I'm sure you do too. But
I mean, you know, You just start, pickaxing at the ground.
Log. Generally, if there's locks around the walls, there's locks under the ground too.
I can check.
Yeah, but I don't want to check by finding the monsters.
So if I produce flame and walk
No, I can check
towards
with my
the cells,
eyes.
in between the cells, I'm assuming there's stone. Does
You can see
flame
magical
do
So think of
intimidate?
it. Think of like the bars as like a wall of fire. One side of the wall of fire exudes the heat, and the other one doesn't. It's kind of like that. So like
I have magic on my side.
you have magic on your side, and then as soon as like it like gets 1 inch from the bar, then,
Okay.
Yeah.
whereas the other side, it's far more.
Really fun if I had, stone sheet. Just kind of, here's a door. Instead, I wall of fire.
Yeah.
While she goes off and takes her rest, she doesn't go very far. She goes to like a junction that's not too far away. You guys kind of meander about just to kind of like take a look as what's going on. But there are other creatures here. There is a massive, you see what looks like slumbering metal scorpion that is huge, absolutely gargantuan. Inside one of these cages that appears to be like slumbering, entirely made of metal. There is the Duragar, Ermgrim. There is Eleazar. There is
Yes, but I don't think any of us have it.
Always,
I do,
Oh,
I can make a bunch of rocks to throw at the wall.
and I don't have but yeah, I have dispel magic.
I can always make a bunch of rocks to throw at the wall. That's about the most I got.
if she's gonna teleport us, I'm sorry, Ermgrim, but it's not worth.
But I don't have anything that will help.
Damage won't help either.
you walk a little bit away, and about in a cell about the size of Ermgrim's is an individual that just appears to be lying like this down. Hello,
You basically told us you can't.
you're new here.
New person.
Yeah, we've seemed to hit a bit of a snag. We need a few minutes before we can get out.
Get out.
You know,
So you're not part of the.
no.
Interesting. Can I tag along?
You know a way to unlock your door?
You think I'd still be here if I did?
Then we can't really help you. Sorry.
Shame.
Unless you have any-
What's your name?
You can call me Vladimir.
Vladimir.
What brought you here, Vladimir?
I believe we already covered that, didn't we? I'm here because people kidnapped me, brought me here, and used me as leverage in certain situations, as is most of the
Everybody here?
people here. Or just interesting additions to a menagerie, or... And you're looking for a way out, yes?
Yes.
I mean, we have a way out.
We're looking to.
Well, do tell.
There's teleportation.
We're looking to see if we can get anyone out with us.
Yes.
He bows before you.
What did it cost us?
Look no further.
If you can't unlock your door, then you can't help.
Unless you can help.
You'll find that no one can unlock the door from inside. That's why this was made.
Well, can you tell us how to unlock the doors?
Can you
Oh,
tell
I
us
mean, like-
how to unlock your door?
You mean those that come to lock me out? Yes.
Yes.
Do you
I know
know-
exactly how they lock.
Once you're out, can you help unlock other doors?
Well, I can only see so far. Which door?
Yes.
This one. And I pointed at Eleazar's door where you can see.
Yes, I believe it was. Yes, I believe I can. I can help you at least with the somatic versions of the spell that was used.
Duragar has also said he could help. We could get him out.
He just can teleport us out. We have another way out.
He says a lot of things, but he's been a good conversational piece. But he, like me, is also a political prisoner.
Would you trust him if you let him out?
I don't trust anybody.
So who is this individual?
Vladimir.
His name is Vladimir.
Well, I know that, but
What type of
right, yeah.
A human dressed in actually. So, by the look of the actually, all of you roll perception checks with me.
During this time, I'm also going to doff my studded leather jammies and be a little bit.
You got
Okay,
it.
so this one failed.
19.
You see Shade sit down and put her back up against, lean up against a pillar, as she starts to go over her tattoos. And as you walk by, you can see some of of the arcane inscriptions of the tattoos moving around in her arm, and she's realigning and reorganizing.
I whisper as I walk by.
Yes, it's very cool. She's blindsided. She can see and hear
I know.
things 400 feet away.
I know.
13.
17.
17?
Yes.
19.
19?
not one for a 5?
Of course. 15?
16.
16. Okay, 19 and 17. Eleazar, you've seen this guy a couple times before. He's been here since before you were here. He looks like he's been here for a while, but he doesn't. But he looks clean. He's wearing nice purple and blue robes. He has slicked back hair. His complexion is perfect. He's attractive. He walks with an air of he knows exactly where his foot is going to go. He doesn't appear to ever be in a rush to go anywhere. It's almost as if, this is just a little vacation from life, and I'll get back to it eventually. There are some times you've never seen him sleep. There are times in which you've seen him once have a bit of a temper tantrum. And it looked like he had it was like a waking night. An awake nightmare. He wasn't entirely, didn't have the agency over his own body for a moment, as he was angry about something and then quickly recomposed himself. Who got the 19?
I did.
You notice that there's a pile of rodent carcasses. And they are still matted with fur. And there appears to be most people have a bucket for excrement and everything. There isn't one here. There also is nobody has a bed in any of the chambers. But
What are you?
what am I? A
Yes.
prisoner looking to leave. What are you?
What political
Human.
game?
What are you?
I'm sorry, political gain?
Yeah, what political gain do they have by having you here?
I mean, the whole point of having me here is so that I'm not aware of what political game they have to gain. But I assume it has something to do with my kin,
Which kid?
my luck.
From what region?
The Northwest.
What is your love's name?
Buy me dinner first, won't you?
I'll
don't
take the
like to
good
be
berry
good.
and hands it through the slats.
Charming.
What?
Charming.
Charming. He puts it in his lapel pocket.
Bought you dinner. For at least one day.
Now he's expecting something.
I suppose. I don't
Ermgrim.
really like berries, but thank you.
Ermgrim. Will he help us?
Well, that's so. He's been here longer than I have.
And you haven't gotten a feel for him?
I mean, pretty much keeps to himself. Likes to listen to me drone on about things. Every once in a while, he tells me to shut up because I talk too much. But he does have a nugget of wisdom here and there. I've heard him cry a few times over some love of his. What's the right answer? What will help you open the door?
Vladimir, does the name Thaddeus mean anything to you?
It is vague, but sorry, nothing comes to mind.
All right, guys. It sounds like we can either let out the dwarf, the Druger.
Durgar.
I've only read it. Shut up.
Actually, I think
Or they.
what's his name? What's his name? The sage advice guy.
Crawford?
No, the other guy. But like he actually pronounced it two different ways.
Yeah, I've read it far longer than I've heard it pronounced, so I've always pronounced it. Anyway, or we can let out the other one. Which do you guys feel is more trustworthy? Can I insight check either one of them just to see if I get a better trustworthy sense from them?
You're just vibe checking them?
Yep.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Why does it matter? We're just here for aliens.
Yeah, I know, but we apparently can't do shit on our own. So
But can they do shit anyway?
Vladimir said he knows the somatic component of how to
That he can
unlock.
get Eliezer out.
Well, he knows the somatic component.
Right.
19
19.
insight, yeah.
There is something about Vladimir that is. You get a sense of old, experienced wisdom. Like, been around for a while, seen a lot of things. There's not like, you know, those like when you get into some of your twilight years and you are you're not really in a hurry to get anywhere because you know that things are going to be a certain way. He's not in a hurry to do whatever. He seems somewhat indifferent about whether you let him out. He'd prefer if you let him out, but he like this appeared to him as like just a small setback in the grand scheme of things. Ermgrim is like, I'll say whatever you want to get me out, but it doesn't mean that I'm not telling the truth. I actually can't help you.
Yeah, but Shade's gonna do what he can do. He's sketchy. I don't trust him.
They're both sketchy. Right?
I'm going to lean over to one of the more intelligent
I'm sorry.
people.
I'm sorry. He is telling the truth about how he does know the
Right.
somatic component about. He knows the somatic component. You've heard him say to get out Ermgrim, to get out Eleazar, to get out the Scorpion, to get himself out, to get out. Yep. Pretty much everything within view of himself. He's been here for a while.
If I'm going to lean towards one of the two more intelligent people in the group. Jenny, and whisper the vibe that I'm getting from them to her. They're both telling the truth. He can help us get out. He can help us. He's telling the truth, but I don't know if we should trust him. He's telling us anything he can to get out. He doesn't care if he gets out, but he knows what he knows.
Not entirely unreasonable. Anybody would.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just passing off.
Yeah, sure. I'm just saying, like, the behavior with your insight check, the behavior that you're experiencing here isn't like abnormal. These people
Right.
are actually acting rather logically and rationally, given their situation.
The only thing that logically makes sense is Vladimir can actually help us get Eliezer out.
Right.
Ermgrim
can't help
do
us
anything.
do it.
Can't do anything unless the shade backstabs us.
But I don't think she will. And I think overall, because it's in her best interest to do it, to get us out, right?
Yeah.
So,
But she's not agreeing to help Vladimir out of here.
I also need to take a little bit of a rest if I can while the shade is too, if we're going to go that route.
if you can.
All right, Vlad, teach me your password.
We will get you out if we can.
He pulls his hands out from behind his back There are this elegant, delicate hands with rings still on his fingers, long piano hands, and he's like, "My pleasure." He begins to form certain signs in the air, create different illusions. Of just like he's not creating like illusions with magic. He's just like moving his hands in such a way where you can see like the after image of his fingers. He's like, "Do you need it again?"
Yes.
He does it several more times. "This is for myself. I will give you the others when I am ready."
Understood. Assurances.
Who locked you in
Ooh,
here?
yeah. Yeah. Because that's part of it.
Let's just say an old friend that we had a falling out.
Well, we need to know so that we can actually try to help you, because otherwise this is not going to work. It's like having the key but not the authentication factor. Potential?
I understand. Have you ever met the Aaron Box before?
Yes.
I will minor
Yeah.
image Emerus in my hand and go, "Is this your friend?"
No,
Is it his mother?
she's a child now.
Lady Masha.
This is her son, Emerus.
I imagine she's still as beautiful as the first day I saw her.
We have no idea.
He sounds like a peach.
We've only talked to her.
More like a strawberry.
Power cherry.
Murderous
Yeah.
bitch.
I don't hold it against her. It's only business. Although I would prefer to have my own agency.
As anyone would.
So, you have the thing that I thought. Go ahead. Actually, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
30-20.
30-20. Yeah, you've got this locked down. You get the somatic thing. It's quite a bit of movement. And eventually, like near the end, he moves it all within 2 seconds. Like, it does it like very, very, very fast. And you're like, shit, I'm not sure if I can do it that fast, but I've got it down. He moves with inhuman speed. The way he moves his hands.
Really see about vampire hunter.
Right.
You will?
He can get my friend out. That's all I care about.
Well,
So you guys should stop me,
He's another grandpa.
or I'm going to do it.
I mean,
I try to unlock his
I'm gonna
gate.
guidance you.
wait. We might be able to get Eleazar out without even anybody's help.
Everybody, please roll perception check for me.
Get him on the other, because I'm still casting it from one side. It depends.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I need to switch.
Yes.
Hey,
I switched out my dice.
We're gonna go randomly.
Just perception.
Yes, please.
19.
19.
I didn't get it.
Uh-huh. Yes.
2.
23.
11.
12.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All of you here, including you, Log, because I rolled a natural 1. The sound of boots echoing down the hallway, approaching the area.
We need a sky lounge to go hide.
And I only have one more left.
Sounds like a limp.
Or
I do my hut, but he can see my hut.
He can't see.
Yeah, if he runs into it, he can still see it.
No, he can feel it. Completely different thing.
We can sky lounge. I'm going to do it so that it's right here, very close to your cell. Very, very close.
Sorry.
So I cast sky lounge. And we'll go up.
That's totally
Pull
cold.
the girl up.
So you're going to cast Sky Lounge?
Cast sky lounge very, very close to Eleazar's cell, so that if needed, could
How
possibly
close?
like just on the other side of it.
Okay. You cast the spell on the other side of it, and it
No, like on the side that allows magic. I wouldn't obviously.
Yeah, you can't do it within 5 feet of the bars.
Well, then I'll do it within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
I mean, we would.
I was testing it with my phone.
Yeah.
You were testing it, so I'm just saying because of the radius of how this works. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm just trying to get as close without
As close
it
as she
this way.
can without
You got it.
losing.
You cast
Yeah.
the spell.
Everybody goes up.
How high up? The ceiling is about 15 feet tall.
Go 5 feet up and pull the rope. That's all we need.
Yeah, but we need to maybe.
You should probably go 10 feet so that he can't run into it.
Is that going to be an issue getting down though?
10
No.
feet?
10. Let's
No.
do 10.
No, you don't take damage from falling.
Let's actually do
That's the
15.
first 10.
And there's
Okay, gotcha. That's what I was
It has to be more than 10 feet.
Up at the ceiling.
Okay.
do 15, just to be on the
Like
safe
you
side.
remember how I did climb.
Molly.
Hey, at least we can get, confidence in this one.
He has a climb speed though.
He can do it himself now.
Yeah,
What I'm saying.
And we have the rope of climbing, which is what I'm assuming you're using. So
I could if you want to. Yeah,
You could.
fine.
it can pull you up if you need it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you cast a spell because this is happening quickly.
Yep,
You cast a
we do
spell. Everybody goes up 10 feet up in there. Okay, use the
Pull up
rope
the
of
rope
climbing.
behind us.
You pull the rope up. You all look out. Eleazar, you take it very on. Nothing was going on here. That position. Vladimir does the same, and so does Ergrim. Go ahead.
Does Shade come up with us? Or?
No, she's still just chilling by the pillar. She belongs here.
Yeah, she's okay.
She's allowed here. We're not.
You see, as you're looking out the port, because you can't really get too much of a view, but you can just see like the pillar where the shade is, and you see this like brown robed and cloaked, hooded individual that with like a mop and a bucket and like a backpack full of like veritable assortment of like rations, everything walks through. To like has his hand out and has a stick that he's going. Got like a mop in one hand, a bag on his back, stick in the other hand, and he like taps the shade with the stick. And he's like, "Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Welcome back." What's his name again? Darren.
Darren.
Like, hello, Darren. Hello. Nice day, is it? Sure, Darren. All right. Walks around her with the stick. Walks to Vladimir.
Can I see what Darren feeds Vladimir?
Yeah, absolutely. You can watch. Yeah, easy to see. Looks like he pulls out a live rat from his backpack. We're like, I got a nice plump and juicy one for you today. Thank you very much, Darren. How was the family? Well, all dead. Here you go.
Why did you bring it up?
Things could change, you don't know. In this
Still
world.
dead. Not risen just quite yet.
Dude's kept him in jail for who knows how long.
Throws
Might be
this
his
rat through
petty revenge.
this squeaking nice plump rat through the bars. Lad catches it, just turns around and you should.
You should ask for your berry back.
Then Vlad moves over. Enjoy your meal. And then he walks over to Ermgrim. Hello. Hi, Darren. What's new today? Nothing, Darren. I'm still in this bloody cell. Oh, a little testy today, aren't we? Yes, Darren. Testy every day. Still in a cell. You ever been in a cell before? My life is a cell. Well, I
Very true.
can't complain. It's a living.
No, gosh.
Pulls out what looks to be like a tray or like a bag full of like edible like moss and mushrooms. He's like, here you go, and slides it through the bars. Enjoy. Do you need me to clear out your chamber pot? Yes, please, Darren. All right. You know the drill. Puts his this bucket near the bars, and there's like a smaller little thing there. It looks like it's made of like a different material, and Darren puts on a ring and reaches through the bars as though they were ethereal, grabs the bucket, pulls the bucket out, and brings it over to one of the drains, and pours it down the drain, and puts the bucket back in, and takes the ring off, and puts it back into his pocket.
Probably only works on the trapdoor.
Hey, Dad, I'm gonna reach out in Darren's mind. Hey, Dad, and how does that ring work? Just random voice in his head.
Can you?
Can't from inside.
Oh, you
across
can't random-
dimensions.
It just says feet. It doesn't mention dimensions. or
Okay,
anything
yeah,
like
cool.
that.
Yeah, right. We talked about this.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, so you say, what is it exactly you say? I'm sorry.
Dad, how does that ring work through the door? Just random ass voice in his head.
Oh, hello. It's something special, magicy, wacky, doody, icky. You're new. Welcome to the group. And you just hear 5 other voices respond like, hello, welcome. Hello, welcome. Nice to meet you.
In Darren's head?
Yeah, in Darren's head.
Great.
He's got his own
I don't
little,
respond back anymore after
he's
that.
got his own little party going on there that keeps him busy, you know.
So he's George.
I'm gonna be all like, "Thank you. I'm glad to be here." Just playing it off like I'm another voice in his head.
All right, enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your vacation. Enjoy your vacation. Goodbye.
It's got the whole Beatles in there.
I'm gonna look at everybody else and smell. Dude is not right.
And you would be?
I have 2 voices. He has 5.
As he's like walking away from Ermgrim's cell, he's like, "Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I found some great filth the other day. That's wonderful, Darren. So glad you found good filth. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make myself a stove out of it. All right. Have a good day." And he kind of like saunters away, walks under your porthole where you have the thing, walks over to Eleazar. Hello.
Hello.
How was your day?
Just hanging out.
Yeah, I know. You hungry?
Yep.
All right.
And I need you to empty my bucket.
I'm gonna leave Eleazar's mind and go. Still, reaches through for your bucket.
When?
But yeah, you get to hear Cole's voice in your head.
So, right. This is not something that you have tried before. You've been here for a while. You've tried your best to escape. This isn't something you've tried before because, one, Darren's kind of sweet guy.
He is a sweet guy.
He's a sweet guy, and he's kind of a sweet guy. And the small chamber, it's a small bucket that you're allowed to relieve yourself in, and it gets moved every week or so.
This is a big guy, so how small of a bucket fit in?
It doesn't always fit in the bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
When this spills
Unfortunately.
over. Okay.
Yeah. They're this guy is here,
The
but he's
hole
not.
for it isn't big enough for you to fit through.
Well,
Yeah,
that's something. Yeah.
Yes. So pretty much, it's about 1 foot in dimensions as far as this area. This appears to be made of a different bar, and you've tried to think it's just as sturdy. It exudes the same magical thing. It just appears to be a little bit of a different material that he's be able to, while he has the ring on, be able to reach through. And you realize that even if you got the ring on, you couldn't fit through that. Even if you wanted to.
Well, that wasn't the plan. The plan, or the thought process.
Right? No. I mean, while you were in prison,
Okay,
there was
gotcha.
you saw the futility in trying to take this from him, and all that would do would hurt a man that gives you food. And
That would hurt him because then once the ring's gone, it might. Okay.
Possibly, yeah. His head could get caught in the bars.
Okay.
Granted, but you could still do it. I'm not saying you can't do it, but now that you have help and you have your friends here, there's more possibility. You by yourself, as a decent person as you are, probably didn't see the need to
Harm this man.
if it wasn't going to help you at all.
Right.
Because there's no way, even without all your armor on, that you could fit through only a 1 foot hole. It
Right.
just wasn't going to happen. Okay, so now that that's said, he's like, "All right, I think I got something special for you today." And he puts his bag down and reaches into it. a nice frozen steak. It's only half frozen now because I had to do my rounds, but I thought you might like it.
Okay.
Are you vegetarian? Did I mess up?
Absolutely not. You can slide.
Okay, all right. Here you go. And he slides the half frozen steak through the bars.
Okay.
You grab the steak.
Yeah.
He's like, you go ahead and bring over your pup.
Okay, so I'll bring it over to him.
Okay.
So I scooted right there in front of the door.
Not too much this day, is it? Is
Not
you
too
okay this
much.
week?
Yeah, I'm
Did you
okay
have the
this-
runs like you had it last week?
No, I'm actually okay. I didn't need a lot, so I didn't really have to use the bathroom too much.
That's understandable. I'm sorry. I believe last Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. Last what's the name of the fucking name of
The
the
only one we know is Scott.
Yeah, you guys know Gondar.
No fighting on Gondar.
Yeah.
Yes. There is no fighting on Gondar in the flood pit.
Okay, here it
We
is.
went to a fighting pit, and there was no fighting on one of the days.
Last Kusha,
That's why we know what day it is.
Last Kusha, my homemade swill came to fruition, and I got a little tasty. We only lost one inmate, but they were like on the way out anyway. He died on his birthday, but he was 236, so it's fine. I'm pretty sure they forgot about him. He was a nice conversational piece, though. But anyway,
I'm really torn. So the bucket's right
so
there.
he puts the ring on. He's like, "Oh, I'm glad you didn't get the runs, though." And he reaches in through the bars.
I'm still grabbing the ring.
Oh man, we're breaking out
I'm gonna grab the ring. I'm gonna grab the ring.
So he's got his hand on the handle for the pot, right? And so he like kind of like reaches for it. He's like, "Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is." And you're gonna grab the ring. He's like, "Oh, yes, I'll shake your hand." And you grab the ring. You're gonna pull it off.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and roll a strength check. Contested strength check. He's like, "No, Stevie, you know you can't do that."
Keeping the whole person.
It's gonna be a
Depends on how skinny Darren is.
I'm also going to roll a luck check to see whether his hand is phasing through parts of the bars or it's between the bars at this
Okay.
moment. Because the reason why he puts on the ring is so that the things he can grab can come
Turn
through.
ethereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
8.
8?
8. total.
You are unable to remove this ring. His knuckle has swollen over the ring, and you're unable to pull it off. But he's like, "Oh, handsies," and he's just like playing with you. Would you like to try again?
I'm just gonna grab his arm and just try to.
Try to like
Pull him in.
pull him into the cell.
Well, he probably won't fit, but I'm
Right,
pulling
he
his
won't
arm.
fit through the hole, so you're trying to like hit his head on the bar and knock him out,
Yeah.
Well, if he's wearing the ring, then does he become entirely ethereal as he passes
but
through?
only through that 1 foot space. Only that 1 foot space.
So I'm
that's
just
made of
gonna-
different material. Okay, okay, another contestant because he rolled an 18 on his athletic check.
Eleazar, you can fucking slam him
You're
up.
gonna scream out of a hole.
Okay, so
No, I'm gonna scream.
Oh, it's your
Mind.
That's what your mind is, right? Yeah,
Rogue.
cool. Great. You get the inspiration in your mind. You hear Cole rooting you. It's not magical, right? It can go through anti-magic stuff. That's right. We talked about it. Cool. Yeah.
So what am I rolling? Strength or athletics?
Another. This you're attempting to grapple him. So this is a contested athletics.
Okay, so
Plus a
athletics.
D8.
Plus a D8.
If you need it. If you roll it really well, don't worry about it. But you can use it later. Is it
26.
a minute? Or is it-
26. Okay, you full on be like, yeah, we're playing, and you grab him by his elbow and just bang, 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 and you just hear, he's like, oh.
I didn't want to do that.
And they
but
just-
I gotta get the fuck out of
Plunge.
here. I
they
didn't want to do that. I'm sorry.
Poor Darren just slumped to the ground. Half his
He's not gonna face full of the bucket.
And I'm just saying, I'm sorry.
Is he unconscious?
I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if you knocked over the bucket and hit him.
Okay. Oh Oh my
Is he
Natural 20, the bucket was untouched.
Okay.
Is Darren unconscious?
Darren is fully unconscious.
I'm gonna scamper out of the hole as quickly as I can.
Okay, so here's the deal. Darren is fully unconscious. Darren has like 2 hit points. Okay? Darren is a sweet guy that is a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna do a medicine check to make sure he's not dead.
yeah, he is not dead. He's not dead. You don't even need to put that. He's not dead. He's might have a concussion and he's gonna have a big old lump.
I bandage him up. He seems like a nice guy.
He's probably
no bad,
more
hurt him.
trusting than he
Gotta
should be,
get outta
which may be
here.
a reason why he's in this position.
Right. So
He's
I'm gonna
forcing
be.
my hand. I don't
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice to him.
Right,
I'll put a
right.
bandage on his head. You know.
Cool, you wrap him up. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't need to make a brace check. You just do that. He is fully unconscious.
Options were like,
And I will
"Where's
tell him
the
I'm
guy?"
sorry, although he's knocked. I'll say, I'm sorry, Darren. I just
Yeah.
got
So his arm all the way up to his bicep is in the area. His ring is still on.
Okay.
You run down.
Pull his arm back.
You pull his arm back out of the thing. Okay.
Take the ring off.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
I'm just do me a favor. Just roll a strength check for me. This is just to see. You will get it off eventually. This is just to see how long it's going to take you to get it past this swollen knuckle. Okay.
He constantly takes the thing on and off.
Freeze it.
Stop. Oh,
Freeze
don't
the
look at me.
bleeding.
Not-
Just a strength check or athletics. Doesn't matter. 15.
15. Okay. You like the better part of a minute it takes you to get this thing off, but you eventually do get it off. You take some of the grease from your tinker's tools, and you like, get it in there, you and you finally get it off his ring,
Okay.
or his ring off of his finger. It looks like a ring made of lead.
Okay. Put the ring on my finger.
Okay. It is very big on your finger.
Put it on my thumb.
You put it on your thumb. You got it. He's a human. Yeah. He's just he's got like scruffy beard. Sopka looks at him and is like, I remember being like that. Like him and Sopka probably have a lot in common. Okay. You grab the ring. You have the ring.
Put it on my thumb.
Okay.
And I'm gonna approach Eleazar's lock.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and pick his lock.
Guidance.
Well, the ring isn't going to help you in this. The ring only allows you to
don't
face
know that.
Okay. No. I'm like, I mean, like you're not approaching the area where the ring faces through.
First?
Well, it was only for last.
So there's only a 1 foot area that's a little.
It could be like his key to be able to
Clean
don't
out
know.
the cells after somebody's dead.
Shani still has a vortex one.
I'm gonna
I
try.
don't know.
Oh.
I'm trying something.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Savka has a moment and she's like, my beast shapes aren't magic. I could go in there with him. All I have to do is get through the bars. I can be a mouse or something.
But then what?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Got on the other side. Maybe you could help push him out through the 1 foot hole if Eleazar.
No, I mean, it's just a thought. It's just a thought. I don't know if you want to.
Do you have anything that could maybe bulge the door or the wall out? Like a big creature?
Well, I mean, what we
Once you're
discovered
inside.
before is that like it's protected by magic, right? It's reinforced by magic, not just by mechanical means. So you
Yeah,
got to
but
dispel the magic to do anything.
But what about the wall next to it? Could you run through a big old brick wall with the right creature?
Maybe I could be a bear and push my weight against a fragile wall. But anyway, it was just a thought.
Go over to Vlad's cell and I'll do the somatic thing to try and let
Okay,
him know.
cool. The somatic is just one component of what's going on.
Yes.
Do me a favor and roll an Arcana check for me. I'll say that you probably get advantage because you know the somatic.
23.
23. Are you attempting to cast a spell while you're doing this? And if so, what spell? Or are you just...
You can't, right?
Or are you, like, doing somatic components. Here
At the lock.
At the lock. So here's the deal. What level spell would you like to expend while you're doing this?
has none.
You can't. You have none.
All he has is cantrip.
Cantrip.
Okay, so what cantrip would you like to push into this?
Prestidigitation.
Okay. Okay, so 23?
Yeah.
Okay. You sense like rubber, something like malleable, like an arcane barrier malleable, like flex upon your pressure into it, your arcane pressure into it, but it just reasserts itself. The alarm doesn't go off. The door's not unlocked. And everything is like back the way it was. So nothing bad happened, nothing good happened. But with that high check, you understand, I'm probably gonna have to kind of put some magic, like some magic into this in order for this to actually register.
Yeah, guys, I don't have the. She took all my arcane energy today.
You want some arcane?
No. I don't want to blow up trying to do this.
I do have
Is he still a dog
one high level
Still drug man?
sort of.
Is he still a dog man?
I do have one of my stronger spells.
Not kill the dope
Me to
man.
use it.
Yeah.
Good lord.
We resupplied too.
We may or may not have made him an eye patch that has a little holder in it.
So he can hold one dose of.
So
In his eye.
he hides his dope
I
in his
will.
iPad.
Actually, I'm gonna point this out too. We have managed to get better deals selling and trading arcane in the deals than with just when we try to negotiate regular.
Well, it's a
Substance.
Arcane and,
when you're trading a illegal substance, everything's cheap
Did you
or more expensive depending on it.
Depends on the
Did you
illegal
meet-
substance.
everything's cheaper.
Yeah.
did you meet
Yeah, you're right.
Milladonna and Carradine?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She made arcade for us.
okay.
They.
They.
Okay. More, huh?
We managed to help some of the
Hey, you gotta have.
kids after
Hey,
the
you gotta have
zombie
one in every
infection.
crew.
You guys are just talking about like, yeah, you did drugs. Yeah, where'd you get those drugs? Oh yeah, while Darren.
Well, Redneck's kind of staring into space right now, figuring out what the hell just happened. So we're
Right.
kind of filling in the
He's
space
like
for a
this.
second.
Darren's like, oh.
We got a lot to catch up on. I do feel bad about that. It's like I do feel truly bad about
poor
that.
guy. You know?
No, I don't like to hurt like people that are innocent. I don't like to do that. But
Well, he's okay. He's gonna have a lump, but he'll be.
I know. That's just feel.
I mean, it's still going to be a challenge, right? It's still not.
I know, but he might be able to trade for that, and then we don't have to worry about it. He didn't. He has the chamber pot. They threw him a live fucking rat for food.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's something about him that's just.
not quite right.
Do I get a sense
He doesn't
he's
seem,
undead?
seem like he's pressed, huh? Like he doesn't even.
I'm sorry.
Do I get a sense
Almost like he can
Vladimir's
leave if he
undead?
want. Like it's weird.
Right.
How would
like,
you sense that?
Why wouldn't you be like worried about it?
Right.
You know?
I mean, could I? I don't want to use a spell.
Not my problem.
I did like that. I don't want to use a spell.
I don't want to do spell. I'm like, all right. Then don't use spell.
Well, then you don't know what's going on.
What do you want me to say to that?
I don't want to do it. I don't have one prepared. Besides, turn undead.
I do have one high level spell if you need me to use it for some magic.
Right.
Okay.
My first level spell slots.
I have 1/3.
Vlad looks at you, looks at the ring on your finger, and says, "You know, I might be able to help me escape, but
Can you shapeshift?
the capabilities of doing something like that. However, I have been kept on the verge of starvation here for a very long time. In order to accomplish such a task, I need to be satiated.
That berry he gave you can help. It's magic.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a vegetarian.
It's magical sustenance.
Not for me.
You could try it.
I could also try chewing dirt.
It tastes good.
It's all a possibility.
I'll take out one of the smooth hands that I had taken.
The cog?
No, I collected some of their hands.
That we do need.
Oh my god.
I made plenty of dirt.
Remember?
Yes, I remember.
Why did you put
Regretting
their
that.
hands originally?
To turn them into tools.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
And you can still do that.
Does my hammer respond to him? Does he have a soul?
Okay, I understand. Your hammer isn't a dowsing rod. Okay, let's just be real clear about that. Your hammer isn't a dowsing rod. If you would like to focus on your hammer and intently put your energy into it and be like, "Whoa," you can try, but it's not something where you just be like, "Are you alive? Are you alive? Are you alive?" It doesn't work like that.
Well, just because you vampire doesn't mean he doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
If you guys see
So I'm going to toss him my hand.
I'm just trying to think of
You
something.
toss him a hand through the bars.
Yeah, but he's
Catches the
talking
hand, he's
about
like-
he needs food. He isn't suggesting
This
that he gets fed
Long dead.
off
This
of
is
Darren,
poison.
is he? Because he's
No, he's suggesting that something that we feed him with something.
I'm not going
Yeah,
to
it's gotta be
willingly
meat.
eat poison. This is poison. This is
he's
poison.
made it clear it's got to be like
fine to
meat,
me.
or else we're gonna have any meat in here.
What about a frozen steak?
Hold on. Watch what this happened here. He threw one of the hands. He threw one of the hands through the bars, and he was like, "This is long since dead. This is poison.
I mean, he was just dead this morning.
It's poison. It's dead. It's poison."
What if we give you the
told you.
ring and you can
told
get
you.
Darren the next time he comes by?
So you need to feed from something live.
Yeah.
I start dragging Darren over.
How much?
I'm so sorry, Darren. Are you really gonna feed Darren to?
No.
I told you was suggesting that.
No.
What about the dirt?
How much do you need?
Yeah.
Enough.
What is enough?
Like arm?
I won't know until I start.
You think
Can
he's
you
got the
just
blood
drink
potion?
blood and not full
It
flesh?
has to be live blood.
Right, but say I gave a vial of blood. Would that
Is the
would
creature
you-
that it came through still alive?
yes.
Possibly.
Do we still have
I don't want to let Log do it because he's got the book. We don't want to deal with that again. But if he wants, he can have me.
Yes.
You've also got some
Way to listen when I said it the first time.
Oh, well, no, living creature.
Where the fuck that? We don't. I mean,
I hand him
I can't for my
a
patron.
vial of the Blood Moon serum.
Because it is blood.
It is blood. And the moon is very much still in orbit.
I love when we get to throw something back in TJ's face.
The moon,
You
so
forgot about-
technically it is a living celestial entity. Okay. You hand a vial. Okay, so here's the deal. Roll an insight or arcana check real quick for me the moment before you hand this through.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you understand that the anti-magic that has to do with the bars might affect this potion. Because when you are in an anti-magic field, hell potions don't work.
Can you lean up against the
However,
bars?
you also know that the ring could possibly
Get it through.
suspend those types of things
okay.
partially.
Then yeah, I'll take the vial and stick it through the slot.
And this is what you understand. You have to baby feed him the potion. So that's the only way this is going to work because the ring is what keeps the magic from being suspended.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to bottle feed him this blood potion.
And Eleazar, you can Misty Step, right?
Yes.
Then
He-
why aren't we
he
giving
like-
the ring to just Misty Step out of there
We
when it
can
has
try.
the anti-magic?
That's not how it works.
It only works on the small
Yeah,
door.
but
It's like
hand
a
through and then tell
it's like a tight.
kind of depends on what you
I don't want to say condom. It's like a tight thing that goes
We're
through.
not starting that
If you
again.
tried to teleport through an area that was partially anti-magic and allowing magic, there's a chance that your particles could get super scrambled and you teleport inside out.
Okay.
You know?
I will reach the violin through the waist door.
It is on the bottom.
Yeah.
So he has to get down on it, he gets cross-legged, lays down, and is like, "You're going to have to feed that to me." He's like, "This is so demeaning."
Probably the most delicious blood you've probably ever tasted.
Jason, it's pretty good.
And you pour the bottle and it's like,
Have you ever had the blood of a moon?
It's pretty good. Do you have one more?
Well, I don't. Was that not good enough?
More. That was what, a vial? That is more than, that is less than what I get from a rat.
The blood of a literal moon. I thought maybe it would have a little more kick to it than a rat.
Extra juice.
Well, I mean, oh,
It takes a second.
oh. And he starts to like trace his pectorals and his abs and his ribs along his
Do
body.
you need a moment?
He's right. Sounds like having a bit of a fun
Cole turns around, red face.
Yeah. I love the idea that Cole's a bit of a prude.
No, Cole is just very shy.
And taking notes about how it like
affects him.
shoots through his veins.
You see him like you see his eyes flash red and then yellow and like almost like a jaundice to a red and then to an orange and to a yellow again and then he's like, "Don't move." And he like first you hear the cracking of the nasty, gnarly cracking of tendons and bones as he transforms in what to look like a winged wolf and then into this like furry bat that like lands on your hand.
Pull him out of the hole.
Pull him out. Pull him out of the hole. He flutters around and then stands next to the pillar and then you see this poof is this red mist around the bat and then just arms and legs extended. It feels so good to be free. And he looks at you with this kind of like bloodlust. You see his large fangs protrude over his lips.
Get into the hole sometimes.
If you kill us, you're still stuck here.
Roll a persuasion check.
15.
15. Okay.
I love being a bard, okay?
We had a bargain, yes.
Deal's a deal.
Yes, we have a bargain.
You help us get out of here.
Yes, I'll help you get.
You can unlock their cells.
Yes, there is more than just you.
Yes.
Plenty of food.
If you like, you can the rest of the people here.
Let's not do that.
I'd rather not. Someone who's been shitting in the same room for years.
But Lady Masha's out there.
You've got to feed on Lady Masha. I can't.
You know,
I do have a
I
check in my ledger that needs to be balanced.
do have a question for you. Do you know why Lady Masha is so involved with the College of the Unearthed?
If you want your questions answered, then I will quite.
Distractions. Can you get Eleazar out, please?
Very well. Of course I can try. He cracks his knuckles and you just hear this like blood curdling
Haven't gotten around to it.
crack and he walks over to you. He just looks at you. I wonder why you were put.
Same reason you were. Leverage.
Cole raises his hand and waves.
It is true that the young blood that was here is Masha's kid.
Son.
Not biologically.
Adopted.
Adopted child.
Kind of a son of a bitch.
We're all adopted.
Scheming under the same umbrella
You're
that she is.
adopted by Masha?
No, not by Masha. But in a sense, we all adopt.
The door?
Yes, the door. Tell me one more thing. Did he ever share food with him.
What are you going to give him for that answer?
Yeah, he's like not liking eye contact with you, Demetrius, Eleazar. And after there's a moment of, if you don't respond, he just kind of like glances sideways at Gizmo, and he's like,
You seem to be a man that does deals. You wish answers.
"What is life but?"
What are you going to give us in return for answers?
Boring. Life is boring without deals.
Very well. I will finish my part of the bargain, and then if we wish to strike another, we can continue. I will need the material. My magic does not come from nowhere.
With material.
The blood. Yes, right.
Preferably some of yours. Since it is your cell I'm trying to unlock.
Um,
I'm pretty sure mine is.
how do you plan on getting that?
I'll stick the now empty blood vial through your poop door.
Okay.
I stick the vial through your poop.
Can you like bite your finger, put some blood in there?
I'll do it.
All of it will be used for this.
Pull up your like dragon-like fang and you drip some blood.
Squeeze some blood in there.
Squeeze some blood into the vial. You fill up the vial and you just see like as Vlad, he's like, and he takes the vial very daintily. Thank you. He then takes the vial and pours it on his forehead and runs it through his hair.
Okay, Vlad.
Blood hair, and smears it on his hands and puts it on his face, and then he like reaches his hand out and like forms a like this type of and then all the blood from his hair and his face just like magnetizes to like an orb right there, and he like just whispers to it for a moment as if like consoling a small child. And then he does the somatic components, and he has this orb of blood now, zero gravity, just hovering right before the lock as he does the somatic components. He slightly nudges the blood, and it hits the lock. Gonna roll to see if this is successful. He gets advantage on this. Okay. He's gonna roll his blood die. Okay. DC was 20. He got an exact. And the door, you see like a shimmer as magic stops. The door unlocks and swings open ajar.
Quick.
I think we just released it.
Go on.
You're out of the cell.
Period.
What are you doing?
Shut the door behind him.
You shut the door behind him.
Like, quick.
Okay, you shut the door behind him, and as soon as you shut the door behind him, the red there's a red light that descends the entire area. A cell can the door to Vlad's was never opened and it was never closed. A cell, you get the idea that a cell cannot be closed empty here. There's like they sense when something.
Are the other empty cells open doored?
Oh, you mean like there are no empty cells here from what you can see. Every one of them.
Every cell that we can see is full. So
Everyone you can see is full. Yeah, everyone that you can see is full. But as soon as you close the door with nobody within it, and it senses that, and you just hear. You don't hear anything, but you do see that all the candles in all of the cells turn a bright red, like a blood crimson. You hear as awakening. This all took like an hour. Okay, so the short rest is done. All this, like, because going up in there and talking to Darren and doing all this other stuff and having a conversation, it's fine. So the short rest is done. The arcane recovery is done. However, the lights turn off. or the lights turn off. The lights turn red, and you hear the shade go, "What did you do?
Eliezer, here's your sword.
Why did you?"
Sorry, Ermgrim.
You fucking bastard! You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
Talk to him. I just point at Vlad.
Do we have time to get him out?
It's up to you.
Are you willing to sacrifice to Vlad to get you out?
He needs your blood.
We don't get that.
Let's go.
You see, he takes his long fingernails that have been growing in here, and he just slices the part of his arm, and just
Stick the vial into his.
you stick the vial into there. Okay, cool, guys. Things happen as you're doing that. You hear
Why are we standing here?
No, we
like
need to go.
the sound of unlocking locks echoing throughout the entire area. As
Mage armor.
mage armor, you got it. As you see the giant metal scorpion. Yes.
Minute meteor because it's 10
Okay,
minutes.
cool. You get like one round to do stuff. As this giant metal scorpion like kind of shakes itself from awake. The door is open, but the door is only 5 feet. You can't get through the door. It's going to have to like break through the wall in order to try to get out of here. But the things have been shut down. Apparently, there are these people aren't stupid. They're really, really smart. Even if somebody was to be broken out, and if they don't know the protocols of not closing the door with somebody empty within it, the failsafe triggers, and a bunch of the things in the immediate area get released in order to fuck you up. So but Eliezer's out. So's Vlad. And you're doing that.
blood vial.
You're going to be in the middle of doing that while
fine.
we're in combat, because all this is going to happen.
Walk hand him the sword.
You did. Yep.
I want to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Wait till you're. No, you're out.
Well, you have a round to do stuff if you want to.
Okay,
You see the red stuff happen. You can bonus action Shield of Faith. That's fine. You have Shield of Faith up. You concentrate on Shield of Faith. You have the sword. Anybody else doing anything? Or are you guys still in here? The Shade gets up and she's like, "I can't help you now."
I mean, we got
And she runs.
Follow her.
You gotta get. What's his name out then?
Ermgrim, if we
Now
want
we
to.
need Ermgrim.
Yep.
This shade's gone.
All right.
Who's so close?
Okay, so you're working on Ermgrim. Yeah, the Shade is not going to risk her own skin for you guys. She's just not.
No.
Taylor made it very clear to me that she was not going to do that.
Which totally makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Don't worry, I'll message her later.
that's what's happening. I need everybody real quick to roll me perception checks too.
It's totally gonna be a thing. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
19. I rolled my
19.
passive.
well,
What are we doing? Perception?
Perception.
23,
13.
5.
10.
10, 19, and 23. You guys hear
There's something.
coming from all directions and getting closer.
I mean, we could.
And that's where we're going to take our break. And we'll be right back when
Okay.
we're rolling initiative and things are happening. Okay, guys? Thank you guys so much for watching. Head over to the next episode if you're watching this episodically. And don't forget, stay safe out there. Bye!
Join us again, guys.